All right, what's up, everybody? If you're watching this video, maybe just skip ahead like 30 seconds. If you're watching it on the replay, that is. If you're watching it after it's been streamed, skip ahead a little bit because I've got to add my thumbnail and make sure people actually click the stream because got to have a thumbnail in order for people to do that. Today we got some big news. You guys read the title. Justin Trudeau is being demanded to resign. I'm going to be pulling up a video from our boy, Mr. Sunshine Baby. But yeah, God bless you guys. Thank you for tuning into the stream. So we already got some people on Facebook. Yeah, be sure to do what this shirt says and subscribe to my YouTube channel. If you're watching on Facebook, go over to YouTube, type in Tyson Hockley and subscribe because YouTube is my main platform at the end of the day. But yeah, everybody is obviously appreciated. Obviously, I mean, it doesn't really matter what platform you're watching on. Justin Trudeau needs to go. Absolutely, he does, and that's what many people are calling on. Just give me one more second. I gotta add the thumbnail. I'm sorry for. God bless you guys. Oh shoot, that's not the thumbnail. God bless you guys, though. I hope you guys are all having a wonderful day. That's the thumbnail. Okay. All right, we're gonna be pulling up this video from our boy, Mr. Sunshine Baby. I want to make sure that I'm giving credit where credit is due. You guys already know the story. I never rip people off. I want to give credit. Mary, I'm doing very good. I hope that you are also doing amazing. I appreciate you for tuning in the stream and asking how I'm doing. God bless you. Hello, Linda. Hope you're doing well. Shelly, yeah, I agree. I can't disagree with you on that one. All right. So, Mr. Sunshine Baby here, the biggest Canadian political YouTuber with 300,000 subscribers, is going to be talking about demands for Justin Trudeau's immediate resignation after comments after the Nazi incident. Now, I did not hear about this until recently. That is crazy how they literally applauded a Nazi in the House of Parliament. That just boggles my mind. That is so disrespectful to everybody who fought and died for this country. The fact that they literally applauded a Nazi. So yeah, a lot of people are outraged, rightfully so. A lot of people are demanding Justin Trudeau to resign. I'm not going to keep on rambling further. I'm going to pull this video up for you guys. So share this video out like crazy. This is some big stuff. And yeah, crazy. MC, I appreciate it. God bless you, man. You rock too. Thank you. Appreciate you tuning into the stream. Melissa, I'm doing well. I hope you are as well. Okay, one thing I need you guys to do is share this like crazy. And type a 1 if you can hear the video.
Justin Trudeau has finally come out of his bunker, out from hiding, and
wait to see some 1s. Okay, spam the 1 in the chat if you could properly hear this video. Okay, spam 1.
Justin Trudeau has finally come out of his bunker, out from hiding, and has made an appearance on the House of Commons.
Okay, I see 1-1. Yeah, that's crazy. They literally applauded a Nazi. I haven't actually seen the video, but I've heard all the outrage. Okay, a lot of 1s. You guys are spamming the 1s. That's great to see.
Floor during question period where it went exactly how you would imagine. The main focus was just nailing Trudeau to the wall for literally allowing a Nazi to appear in Parliament. Of course, the House Speaker has resigned since yesterday or the day prior, but nonetheless, Justin Trudeau, who is in power, it's a Liberal government here in Canada, they're the ones that have all the resources and all the access to vet people, and it sets a bad precedent for the world and for our own people to show that, hey, anybody can go into Parliament as an invited guest, and it doesn't matter your background. There's no vetting. A big president, Vladimir Zelensky, was there. It was like a big day. It wasn't just a prom. It was a wedding type of event. Massive. So, why did somebody like a Nazi slip through the cracks? Who else is appeared or make an appearance in the House of Commons that has a very naughty history? How many more times is this going to happen? How many times has this happened? Welcome back to another video, everybody. Before we get into it, I encourage you to give a like and subscribe if you haven't yet already. It really helps grow the channel.
Folks, I still can't get over this, man. There's people who literally fought and died for this country, and then they're just going to applaud a literal Nazi in Parliament, and then think that they can just get away with it. Crazy.
As well as remind you that these stickers have literally sold out, but I pulled some strings and I got more.
Look at his sticker. I did not see that coming. That's funny.
Inventory literally overnight. I can't believe that in less than 24
everybody
hours.
smash that like button. I hate to keep pausing it, but man, you guys are already smashing the like button on YouTube. We already got 19 likes. I appreciate it. Thank you, Big D. God bless you. I appreciate you hitting the like button. Whoo!
We sold out, but they're still available. I've grinded overnight to make sure that we got more inventory. We do. So get your I did not see that coming sticker before they sell out twice. They've sold out twice. I can't believe that. Or they're about to sell out twice. So thank you to everybody who purchased some. My wife and I will be shipping them out this weekend, I believe, or this week of the weekend. So everyone will receive their stickers by next weekend at the very latest. Thank you so much for the support. And without further ado, let's get into today's video.
Oral questions.
Honorable Leader of the Opposition. Let's go, everyone. W's in the chat.
It was the personal responsibility of the Prime Minister to invite President Zelensky to the floor of this House of Commons. It was his personal responsibility to make sure it was a diplomatic success. It was his personal responsibility to continue to lead the government that has the security, intelligence, and diplomatic agencies that could have and should have vetted all individuals who were present and recognized. Yet this Prime Minister allowed for a monumental, unprecedented, and global shame to unfold in this chamber.
That's so embarrassing as a Canadian. Like, this is just embarrassing on all levels.
Will he take personal responsibility for this shame and personally apologize on behalf of himself?
Whoa! Let's hear it, Trudy. Let's go.
On behalf of all of us in this House, I would like to present unreserved...
Nah, not all of you.
What took
You.
place on Friday, and to President Zelensky and the Ukrainian delegation for the position they were put in. For all of us who were present to have unknowingly recognized this individual was a terrible mistake and a violation of the memory of those who suffered grievously at the hands of the Nazi regime.
Let's go, Pierre. Let's go, Pierre. Let's go, Pierre.
The Honourable Leader of the Official Opposition.
Did the Prime Minister's national security, intelligence, or diplomatic officials vet the names of the people that the Prime Minister allowed within mere feet of President Zelensky?
Ooh.
Sure. Mr. Speaker, the privilege and responsibilities and rights of
Trudeau's so good at dancing around shit when he talks.
Parliamentarians are sacrosanct, and that the Leader of the Opposition would be suggesting that any visitor to this House should be vetted by the government of the day is actually a grievous
Doesn't it just piss you off watching him talk?
attack on the rights and privileges.
Oh, he's the victim.
If the Leader of the Opposition or the Speaker or anyone wants our
I want to fight Trudeau in the octagon.
intelligence agencies to vet any of their guests,
He's the
more than
victim.
happy to do that in respect of parliamentary rights.
Honourable Leader of the...
I can't believe it.
The Prime Minister has just said that he allowed the president of a war-torn country, who is perhaps the biggest target of false propaganda and of potential assassinations, to be surrounded by hundreds of people who had not been vetted for their security background, their potential risks that they present, or in this case, the massive diplomatic disasters that they could have brought to that event. Is he really saying that he did absolutely nothing to protect the Ukrainian president from all of those many risks?
Oh, mon Dieu, on the contraire, mon frère.
You gotta love Mr. Sunshine Baby. This guy's funny as hell. Hey, shout out again to Mr. Sunshine Baby.
The facts are well known here. The Speaker issued the invitation, delivered the recognition, and has taken full responsibility. The Leader of the Opposition knows that not one parliamentarian was aware. But the truth does not matter to this Leader of the Opposition. He distorts, misleads, aims to confuse, all
Sounds like he's describing himself.
for partisan gain. It's all he knows how to do.
You invited a Nazi.
Hey, type a 1 in the chat if Justin Trudeau should resign. I want to see how crazy the chat goes. Okay, 1 in the chat if Trudeau should resign. I have a feeling that the chat's about to blow up with ones.
The Honourable Leader of the Official Opposition.
Mr. Speaker, again, he deflects blame and responsibility for his personal failings. It is the duty of the Prime
that's a lot of
Minister
ones.
to protect our diplomatic reputation. It was therefore his duty to ensure that his diplomatic, intelligence, and security forces ensure there was no one who could potentially present a danger either to the reputation or to the physical safety of the people present at such a massive international event. Right. But today, he said he did none of those things, and instead, after he found out about it, he hid in his cottage for 3 days. Is that what it means to take responsibility for this Prime Minister?
Shots fired from the air.
Mr. Speaker, we all know how many years the Leader of the Opposition has served in this House, and we can surely remember all the times he
we have 102 people watching the stream right now from Facebook and YouTube combined. I just want to say God bless you all. Thank you all for tuning in. Type a 1 if Justin Trudeau should resign.
Stood up to defend the honor, the rights, the privileges of parliamentarians. And yet now, in order to make partisan attacks, he is proposing that the government...
I love how he's literally getting heckled while he's talking. Like, the people in the House of Commons are just fed up with him. They've had enough of Trudeau.
...the day have the ability to vet, oversee the rights of parliamentarians and indeed of the Speaker to include people in this House, to invite them into this House. I know that the Leader of the Opposition used to have more respect for Parliament than that, but he's busy making a partisan attack.
Actually, the Speaker's Parliamentary Protective Service reports to the RCMP, which reports to the Prime Minister. So the Prime Minister says that his National Police Agency did
Order. I can't hear the question, so I want to be able to hear the question. I want to be able to hear the answer, of course, as well. The Honourable Leader of the Official Opposition. You may back up and start again.
RCMP reports to the Public Safety Minister, who reports to the Prime Minister. And that Prime Minister is now saying that when he has foreign heads of state here, that terrorists, assassins, convicted murderers would all be allowed to just walk right into the building and be present within mere feet of a potential assassination target.
As invited guests.
Another head of state to come back to this place.
That's just wild. The Right Honourable Prime Minister.
Mr. Speaker, for someone who prides himself on having spent as many years in this Parliament as the Leader of the Opposition has, having been Minister of Democratic Institutions, albeit under Stephen Harper, to demonstrate such little knowledge and respect for how Parliament functions.
Yo, we got a lot of people in the stream right now. I just want to say Justin Trudeau's lack of accountability is just mind-boggling. Like, this guy could just not own up to anything. He's putting the blame on everybody else. The amount of ones that you guys put in the chat when I said type of 1 if Trudeau should resign is just crazy. I'm sure we at least got like 100. There's 107 people in the stream. We at least got 100 ones in the chat of people saying that Justin Trudeau should resign. Folks, Canadians are absolutely fed up with this guy. Absolutely fed up. I don't know a single person in my personal life who still likes Justin Trudeau. Not one. Not one person. And look, the ones are still coming in as we speak. Damn, bro. You guys are exploding the chat. Yeah, no. Yeah. Canadians are just done. This was the final straw. Folks, there's been like 12 final straws with Trudeau, but this was a big straw. Applauding a literal Nazi. Like, it does not get any lower than that, folks.
In order to make a partisan attack is truly disgraceful, Mr. Speaker. The fact of the matter is,
he's trying his best to spin it
for the principles and values that make our democracy strong, even as and even because we stand with Ukraine.
The Honourable
with Nazis, apparently.
This is a Prime Minister who, though he says he forgot
Somebody says he's obviously on coke. I don't think so, but he's definitely on like something. He's definitely on like Adderall or something.
Vet the people who were recognized during the president's visit, remembered to tell members of his caucus to pull out their phones and tape record other members of Parliament during the speech in order to make Liberal Party attack ads, Mr. Speaker.
Oh, he's talking about that loser Mark.
But back to the question, is he really saying to future visits of foreign heads of state that he would have no problem letting in terrorists, assassins, or convicted criminals to be within mere feet of that foreign head of state? Yes or no?
The Right Honourable Prime Minister.
Mr. Speaker, I'm going to let the supposed arguments of the Leader of the Opposition stand for Canadians to judge whether or not he's making any sense at all, Mr. Speaker. I'm not going to dignify that with a response.
You're not going to answer if you're going to allow criminals to enter Parliament?
Yesterday, a report was released.
Tyson Hockley, have you not heard about what Trudeau did in India when he was there for the G20 summit? That's why people are talking about cocaine. No, I've not heard that. What is that? What's that all about? Did Trudeau have something to do with cocaine? That's a bit wild.
That indicated that
That's crazy.
7 million Canadians are struggling with the cost of groceries. This is after 2 years where this Liberal government has allowed greedy CEOs to exploit Canadians and jack up the price of their groceries. Now, only after the Liberals are falling behind in the polls are they making a show, but it's not good enough. Will the Liberals get serious about taking on greedy CEOs?
Jagmeet Singh totally just sounds like he's reading a script all the time. Like, he's probably one of the most inauthentic people that I've ever seen.
And support our bill that will bring down the cost of food.
I think we're a little bit more concerned today about Nazis in Parliament.
Grocery bills are way too high. That's why we're taking immediate action. We've called in the top CEOs to Ottawa to discuss how they can make groceries more affordable. Should they fail to show results, their inaction will have consequences. Moving forward on competition reforms, because we know that increased competition is good for consumers, we will, Mr. Speaker, always stand up for Canadians.
Found cocaine on Justin Trudeau's plane? Dude! I had no idea that was even a thing. Okay, I had no idea about that. That's crazy. I have no words about that, folks. Wow. Wow.
The Prime Minister was too frightened to get up and answer my last question, so I'll ask it again. Now saying that anybody can walk in and be within feet of a foreign head of state when they address a joint session of the Parliament.
Yeah.
That is crazy because staff members of MPs actually have to have their fingerprints taken and have background checks just to walk in these buildings.
Yeah.
But is the Prime Minister really telling foreign heads of state that when they come...
Guys, type a 2. Okay, we did a 1 in the chat if you think, or if Trudeau should resign. Type a 2 in the chat if you actually think he will resign. Like, type a 2 in the chat if you think Justin Trudeau would actually listen to the people and resign. I think Justin Trudeau's ego is way too big for him to actually listen to the people and resign. I think he's going to hold on to power as long as he possibly can. But yeah, we saw how many 1s there was for people who think that he should resign. How many 2s in there for people who actually think that he will resign? Because personally, I can't see it happening. I cannot see Justin Trudeau resigning out of pure ego and pride. But yeah, okay, we got 1, 2 in here. The comments are going too fast. I can barely even like pull them up on the screen. We got 1, 2, mostly just 1 still. Yeah, no, I don't think Justin Trudeau would resign. His ego is way too big. Yeah, here's one comment. He'll never resign willingly. I don't think so either. I don't think that's possible for him. I don't think he could swallow his pride like that.
Here, there is no vetting whatsoever of the hundreds of people that would come within mere feet of them while they're here.
The Right Honourable Prime Minister.
Insane.
Speaker, our security services, including the Parliamentary Protective Services, is responsibility for the safety of everyone in this House, and they always ensure that there are appropriate security protocols for anyone who enters into this House. At the same time, Mr. Speaker, I am fairly certain that the Leader of the Opposition is not seriously suggesting that the government of the day should be vetting the individuals that honourable member chooses to invite into the House in a long-standing principle of parliamentary privilege.
That's right.
Order. Order. I'm having trouble hearing the answers, so I just want to make sure I hear the questions and the answers.
No, you
Guys,
heard.
we almost have 100 people watching just on Facebook alone. This is the most amount of people I've ever had watching on Facebook. Please follow my page for more coverage on Canadian politics and to support what I'm doing. God bless you all.
I'm right, Speaker.
Leader of the Official Opposition.
Of course nobody's suggesting that. What we're suggesting is that when the leader of a war-torn country, who was the obvious target of propaganda and possibly even assassination, should be protected from danger not only to his person but also to his reputation, and that is the job of the Government of Canada to carry out. The Prime Minister has at his fingertips the RCMP, Global Affairs, CSIS to do background checks, and a Google check would have shown that this individual who was recognized was a Nazi. Why can't the Prime Minister find someone in his entire government that can use Google?
The Right Honourable Prime Minister.
It's crazy, man.
As the former speaker highlighted, no parliamentarian knew the name or the identity of the person he welcomed to this House and recognized. And that is why he apologized and has stepped down from his position.
Right.
Mr. Speaker, it is extremely important that all of us continue to stand with Volodymyr Zelensky and the people of Ukraine, continue to stand against Russia, including against their propaganda and disinformation. Canada will be there with Ukraine for as long as it takes, with as much as it takes, and I hope all members of this House continue to stand together on that.
He's made that clear already.
The Leader of the Official Opposition.
It would have taken a mere phone call for the Prime Minister's diplomatic, intelligence, or police services to get the names of all of those who were approved to enter into this building. It would have taken a day of vetting for them to perform Google and other intelligence background searches on those individuals. So let's take it to another president. We had President Biden here. Is he really claiming that no one in either the presidential administration south of the border or in the Canadian government's security establishment looked at the background of the hundreds of people who were in the building when the president was addressing this House?
Whoa! Drop an L in chat for Trudeau. He is stuck.
Every single day.
How does Trudeau even get out of this, though? Like, honestly, man. If I was Justin Trudeau, I'd be freaking out. I would not know what to say in this situation. Like, I feel like he has no choice but to resign. So, I don't know. I guess all politicians are kind of like the kings of playing things off, though. I see a couple L's in the chat because Mr. Sunshine Baby said L in the chat for Trudeau.
In this House, the security and safety of everyone in this House is top of mind for all the professionals in the PPS and
You had a Nazi, obviously not.
services, and the security of visiting dignitaries and presidents like President Biden or President Zelensky is always something taken extremely seriously and will continue to be.
Hear, hear.
The Honourable Leader of the Official Opposition.
Mr. Speaker, the Prime Minister is responsible for state visits. Foreign heads of states come here. They expect that they will be protected not only against security threats, but against massive global-scale embarrassments and shames like the one he allowed to unfold before Canadians. So, will the Prime Minister commit to personally calling President Zelensky and apologizing for his personal failure to vet those who were present and recognized on the floor of the House of Commons? Yes or no?
And then also he should resign.
Speaker, I will note that to this day, the Leader of the Official Opposition has not apologized for having had 3 MPs, including one of them who is still part of his
Christine Anderson,
sit down to dine with a far-right German politician a number of months ago. No recognition, no apologies, no consequences for those 3 MPs who engaged with
he took the bait.
German politicians.
Trudeau took the bait.
If the Leader of the Opposition wants the government to help him vet those his MPs meet with, we'd be more than happy to give him some better advice.
Oh, he took the bait. Let's go, Pierre.
The Prime Minister claims that his government has nothing to do with security for a state visit in this chamber. But this is the agreement that your office signed with the RCMP. The RCMP will lead integrated security.
I just want to quickly say, if you want to help further support me, you could always send a super chat on YouTube if you wish. I could be flipping burgers right now like every other teenager, but I choose to do this as my job. This is the one time I'm going to talk about this during this video, but if you want to help support me, you can send stars on Facebook or super chats on YouTube. I know that it's super annoying when people ask for donations, but this is my job at the end of the day. But yeah, it's not required. God bless you all.
Security operations throughout the Parliamentary precinct and on the grounds of Parliament Hill. So his police agency, which reports to his public safety minister, is responsible for the security and therefore by necessity the vetting of anyone who comes within just 10 or 20 feet of a foreign head of state that is an obvious target of assassination. So, will the Prime Minister take responsibility for this massive security and diplomatic meltdown that happened under his watch?
The Right Honourable Prime Minister.
Mr. Speaker,
Mention Christine Anderson one more time.
Protective Services
And Pierre's going to lose it.
are engaged and have ensured the safety and the physical safety of everyone in this room. But I would actually suggest and would like, perhaps, when the Leader of the Opposition gets up again, could he say the name Volodymyr Zelensky and actually speak about Ukraine? We'd very much like to hear that for once from the Leader of the Opposition.
Whoa, Trudeau's clapping back.
Yeah, you go.
The Honourable Leader of the Official Opposition.
If he'd been listening and not hiding, he would have heard me mention President Zelensky many times, in particular the damage that he's caused President Zelensky. The question was about the RCMP vetting. Nobody's suggesting that the 98-year-old Nazi was a security threat, but had he been vetted, even with a Google search, it would have been known that he was a Nazi, and this massive, unprecedented global embarrassment might have been avoided. It is the responsibility of the police service of the Prime Minister's government. Why didn't the Prime Minister ensure that his police services were doing their jobs?
There you go.
Mr. Speaker, the former Speaker of this House of Commons
I need you guys to all smash the like button, whether it's on Facebook or YouTube. Please hit that like button so the algorithm could share this out and spread this everywhere.
An individual without apparently doing that Google search. But it is not up to the government of the day to oversee or to have a veto power over those who the Speaker or indeed members of official parties.
Pierre should invite Christine Anderson then.
If you want to change hundreds of years of parliamentary privilege and Westminster democracy, then absolutely, let's have a debate about that. But Mr. Speaker, on this side of the House, we respect the independence of the Speaker's office.
The Honourable Leader of the Official Opposition.
We don't have to change hundreds of years of tradition. This rule is already in place. The House of Commons has already given the authority to the RCMP to lead integrated security operations throughout the parliamentary precinct and on the grounds of Parliament Hill. And that means that logically, if a foreign head of state were here giving a speech while that head of state is at war, that we would ensure that the RCMP would vet the people who become within 10 or 20 feet of that individual. My question one more time is, why didn't the government's police services under this Prime Minister's leadership do its job?
The Right Honourable Prime Minister.
Mr. Speaker, the hardworking women and men of the Parliamentary Protective Services ensured the safety of everyone in this room by thoroughly clearing through metal detectors and security, everyone who came into this room. Mr. Speaker, when it comes to the respect
we almost have 200 people watching a stream. That's crazy.
for the independence and the authority of the Speaker, this government, Mr. Speaker, will continue to respect the independence of the Speaker's office and therefore the responsibility of the Speaker in this matter.
Mr. Speaker, the Prime Minister has finally come out of hiding from his cottage, but he still follows his old practice of failing to take responsibility. Right. It reminds us when he was caught dressing up in racist costumes so many times.
There it is.
Blackface Trudeau.
He said everyone else needed to learn from his personal racist misconduct. When he broke the law to help a liberal-linked company avoid prosecution for stealing from the poorest people in Africa, he blamed his Attorney General and fired her. When he doubled housing costs, he said housing is not his job.
Somebody says, just found your channel. I have liked and subscribed. God bless you. Thank you. Yeah, if there's anybody new to my channel or my Facebook page, please subscribe to me on YouTube and follow me on Facebook to support this type of content. Because, yeah, I'm facing heavy censorship, so it's up to you guys to spread this out there.
Mr. Speaker, when will he start taking ownership for his failures and apologize for them all?
Yeah.
The Right Honourable Prime Minister.
He's yet to do that once.
Mr. Speaker, while the Leader of the Opposition concentrates on personal attacks on me, I will stay
Irresponsible, dumbass.
building more affordable housing.
What a coward.
Things like the grocery benefit, on delivering childcare at $10 a day right across the country over the objections of conservatives, of delivering a dental benefit for families who can't afford to send their kids to the dentist, something again conservatives voted against. Mr. Speaker, we will continue to stay focused on fighting for Canadians while the Leader of the Opposition fights with everyone around him.
The Honourable Leader of the Official Opposition.
Mr. Speaker, the country is in shambles. Interest rates are rising faster than any time in monetary history, but he doesn't think of monetary policy. Housing costs have doubled, but housing's not his job. We have the lowest growth since the Great Depression, but he doesn't know what growth is. 3 million people live in poverty. 250,000 are homeless. 7 million can't feed themselves. Violent shootings have doubled. 36,000 overdose deaths since he took off.
Yo, Big Dice, I appreciate the $10 super chat, man. God bless you. I hate to pause the stream. There's one funny... Oh, shoot. My battery's running low. There's one funny comment that said, Tyson, shut up so I can watch the debate. So I'm sorry to pause it, but Big Dice, God bless you, man. I appreciate the super chat. Yes, that's the best way to support the channel, is obviously sending super chats, but nobody is required to do that. But yeah, God bless you. I appreciate that. That means a lot. I could be flipping burgers right now, but I'm bringing this info to you guys live, so God bless you, man. I appreciate that. Thank you.
Office, and our country's reputation is in shambles.
Yeah.
The guy who caused this nightmare finally take responsibility for it.
Time to resign, buddy.
Canadians are feeling the impact of rising prices across the country, including on things like groceries and housing. That's why we're taking immediate action to increase the pressure on CEOs to ensure groceries are affordable. We're supporting small businesses by extending the term loan repayment deadline. And we're increasing the construction of apartments by removing the GST. We're seeing the impacts already. This week, a Toronto-based company shared that they'll now build 5,000 more new rental units across the country, which were otherwise on hold. We will continue to focus on delivering for Canadians while he focuses on fights.
Thanks so much for making it to the end of the video. If you want to support the channel financially, you can do so by...
Alright, folks, so that's the end of Mr. Sunshine Baby's video. Let me know in the chat if there's any videos you want me to take a look at regarding Justin Trudeau potentially resigning. I was thinking about pulling up this video from Ron Clark, freedom advocate on Facebook. He's talking about another freedom convoy that's going on. Is that something of interest to you guys? I don't know. What do you guys think we should look at now? Because that main video, the main cheese of this whole thing about Justin Trudeau is over. Should we look into this new freedom convoy? We have 223 people watching the stream. Please do what this shirt back here says and subscribe to the channel if you aren't already. Hopefully you guys can see that. I think you can. Yeah, I'm just a 15-year-old out here caring about my country. I feel like I'm the only 15-year-old who does, but yeah. That's what I'm out here doing. It's not a convoy. Okay, I'm already being told it's not a convoy. My bad, folks. That's the wrong wording, I suppose. Okay, should we look at Ron Clark, or should we look at popular streamer Gideon giving his life to Jesus Christ? 1 in the chat for Ron, 2 in the chat for famous streamer Gideon talking about giving his life to Jesus. Which one? Or 3, should we look at Rebel News' video, their coverage of what happened to Victoria, BC during the Million Man March? What do you guys think? Should we take a look at this first? I had this video pulled up. Rebel News did a story on what happened in Victoria, British Columbia. Sorry, excuse me. During the Million Man March, or Million Person March. I don't know. We're seeing. I should have asked you guys for the numbers and stuff because it's confusing. We got a bunch of 1s, bunch of 2s, bunch of 3s. Victoria Rebel News. Okay, honestly, I'm seeing some people say Rebel News video, and I kind of personally want to watch this one. We could get to it all, though. I'm sure we could get to it all. Victoria vid for sure. Okay, yeah. Okay, we'll take a look at the Victoria video first, and then we'll move over to the Ron Clark video, and then if we still feel like streaming, we'll take a look at the streamer giving his life to Jesus. Okay.
Nonsense ideology that claims the impossible. That individuals can change sex through self-declaration. That claims it is possible to be born in the wrong body. That says if a girl or woman sees a man in their change room and that man says he's a woman.
While the vast majority of 1 million March for Children demonstrations that occurred in over 90 Canadian cities last week were peaceful, what occurred in British Columbia's capital on September 20th was anything but. Today, I bring you an interview with 2 of the speakers from that parental rights protests who will let you know exactly what went down.
The protesters should have attended, exercised their free speech rights without being aggressive, without being threatening, and the police should have done their job.
Turn it off, or I'm walking over there right now.
Oh, this police officer seems super aggressive. I'm gonna take my hoodie off. I'm getting super hot. Actually, no, I'm gonna go turn on my fan as well. I'll be right back.
Right now. Okay, no. Yeah. Right Come on. I want to hear it. Turn on my fan.
There was witnessing by multiple people, including some of our security, where they saw after the protests had began, there were large buses that came in with approximately 100 to 200 people getting off. And they were the ones who came in a bit later and pushed right to the front and were quite aggressive.
Drea Humphrey here with Rebel News, and contrary to the rhetoric that was spewed out about last week's parental rights protests by figures like Justin Trudeau, Jagmeet Singh, and woke union representatives like this.
This is absolutely crucial that we oppose this in the streets. And this is just signs that I've seen that we're rising, that this is far more than just like a far-right transphobic protest. They are fundamentally racist. They're fundamentally anti-union.
Wow. This girl right here saying that the Million March for Kids is racist. Everything's racist, eh? Everything that you don't like is racist.
See that we're rising, that this is far more than just like a far-right transphobic protest. They are fundamentally racist.
Fundamentally racist, folks. Hey, all you guys who went to the Million March for Kids, according to Emily, of course her name's Emily too, eh? According to Emily, you are all fundamentally racist, okay? If you attended the Million Person March for Kids, I don't want to hear it from you. You're fundamentally racist, according to Emily here. Racist. Nope. We're not going to look at what you're talking about. We're not going to look at your cause. We're not going to look at the parents standing up for the kids, the Muslims. Nope. The Muslims, all the Muslim people who are at the protests are all fundamentally racist. Todd says they're on crack. Yo, we still have 200 people watching the stream. That's crazy. My hair is doing something weird. But yeah, I don't care. You guys are racist. I don't want to hear it. You guys are racist, says Emily. Why are they all named Emily? Can somebody tell me why they're all named Emily?
Fundamentally anti-union. They are fundamentally queer and transphobic. And it's just a matter of time before they come to us.
The 1 million March for Children seeking an end to the sexualization of kids in schools was not some sort of hateful attack against the LGBTQ plus community. Instead, as many of you have seen with your own eyes, either from being
Kimberly here says, Tyson Hockley, something I think you should seriously consider is setting up a Cash App, Venmo, or PayPal. Yeah, I do have a PayPal. Let me just check, make sure it's linked in my description. Yeah, okay, so in the description of my YouTube channel, my YouTube video, and I think on Facebook too. I do have my PayPal in there.
Present
But
at
yeah,
the march,
that's a
or
good thing to throw
watching
out there.
our cross-country coverage at stopclassroomgrooming.com, you know that march for children.
Hey, Frosty Broccoli, I appreciate that. Thank you for popping that in there.
Was a peaceful Muslim-led family-first movement that attracted a diverse group of Canadians who say that when it comes to teaching things like gender confusion and sex activism in schools, hands off our kids. Out of the nearly 100 cities, 27 of which occurred in British Columbia, a handful saw blips of hate and even less saw violence. And spoiler alert, when they did, it was almost always those who suited up in rainbow-clad to counter-protest against the families there. Apparently, they truly believe that parents advocating for better education for their students are somehow simply far-right bigoted fascists.
Far-right bigoted racists, okay? All of the Muslim families at the million-person march, according to Emily back there, they're all fundamentally racist, bigoted transphobes. Every single one of them.
Who hate trans kids. The scene at British Columbia's Legislature building in Victoria was perhaps the most aggressive of all because Victoria police...
Yeah, I appreciate that, Frosty Broccoli. Thank you. Wait, Frosty Broccoli, you're Brett, right? Brett Boyle? I see somebody says, thanks, Brett. I'm pretty sure, yeah, you're Brett. I appreciate that, Brett.
Not only arrested at least 2 individuals, they halted the demonstrations altogether.
I just want to speak.
It's off, or I'll take it.
Okay, yeah. Dave! Dave! Kill it! It's off.
Well, I was invited to be the MC as well. I did some consultation in the organizing.
Hey, shout out to Greg for the $20 PayPal. I appreciate that, Greg. Hey, God bless you. Thank you. And again, thank you for Brett for putting my PayPal link in there. Yeah, Greg Keeley, I appreciate that. God bless you. Thank you for the 20.
Atmosphere was, there were about 2,500 people there. However, the protest for the 1 million march, we were about 200. So we were grossly outnumbered with 2,000 plus anti-protesters there. The atmosphere was, there was chanting. There was, Trans Lives Matter. We began with a little bit of music, some speeches that the protesters have began to get louder. Then after the first introduction by one of the organizers, I then took the stage as the MC and I went into my speech. At that time, I'm going to say it felt still. There was chanting, but there became a hush.
This girl in the middle, my camera's still wide angle like this. This girl in the middle, she was on the Joe Rogan podcast. I looked her up. Kind of cool. She was in Victoria and she was on Joe Rogan.
And people were listening. They were listening to what I was saying. They were hearing. There was times that it rose and it went back down. And then there was a shift that took place when a larger group of anti-protesters had come in and pushed their way to the front. And that's when it got extremely loud and extremely aggressive. There was no longer those who had been listening, who were there to counter-protest, now got pushed to the back. Those who were still gathered were in the front. It began to surround us. We were completely horseshoed in, those who were gathered for this event. And we remained peaceful. We remained calm. We continually embodied that, why we were there and what the messaging was. They began to break the crowd barrier. The police at that time told those who were saying, you're letting them through. They were saying, we can't hold them back. There's too many. The police then came to the front and were holding our security zone. But these protesters were now breaching it and running and flipping tables and charging the stage and being tackled at our feet as we were speaking. And then that is when, Megan, you then took the stage and began your speech. And then that's when the police then said...
this person talking, by the way, her name is Serena Freedom Bear. And she has a page on Facebook called Serena Freedom Bear. This stream has been demonetized on YouTube. Just want to throw that out there. No ad revenue is being made.
That the aggression and the violence had risen too quickly and that they no longer could ensure our safety.
Turn it off or I'm walking over there right now. Right now.
Okay, no. Yeah. Come on.
I want to hear this talk.
I've been doing this work for a long time.
Yes, the revenue we're making is from super chats and PayPals and stars on Facebook. Communist YouTube has demonetized the stream, folks. Big surprise there.
Been speaking out against gender identity ideology in Canada since
What a surprise.
around 2016, earlier really in a feminist movement.
This debate was happening in the late 70s and 80s, and radical feminists were like not having it at all. Like, it's only recently that all these so-called feminists started to come around and say trans women are women. And I am always afraid, and there are always threats, and there are always violent protesters, and there are always concerted attempts to shut down our events. So we can't back down. We have to feel afraid and speak anyway, and if we didn't, we wouldn't speak at all. I know that people are afraid to speak out. I'm afraid to speak out. I want people to know that it's not just them who are worried, who are afraid of the risk, who are afraid of losing their jobs, losing friends, being ostracized in their communities, being ostracized from their activist groups, from being physically harmed. I think that sometimes people don't take those threats seriously. They're very serious. These are not your regular activists. They will, and they are committed to violence and committed to intimidation and bullying. There were women and children, mothers and children at this event. There were elder women at this event. There was a very diverse crowd, and it did not deter these protesters from screaming, from pushing, from violent acts. And so, of course, I'm going to go forward and speak. It was scary, but my approach is to kind of block that out and to say what I want to say and say what I need to say to empower and galvanize others to feel they can speak out and speak their truths and exercise their free speech rights.
What do we know, if anything, about who organized that many counter-protesters to come and some who were violent?
If you don't mind, I'd like to give a little bit of voice to that. So I did have the opportunity to speak to some of the local organizers within our community whom had been approached by the transgender community, asking them to stand with them. And so they helped organize locally across the islands in our communities from the LGBTQ+2 communities. Now, some of us had attempted to have conversations in a sense of saying, let's all just hear each other. Let's come together and hear each other. However, there was witnessing by multiple people, including some of our security, where they saw after the protests had began, there were large buses that came in with approximately 100 to 200 people getting off. And they were the ones who came in a bit later and pushed right to the front and were quite aggressive. There is speculation, and I do want to be clear that it is speculation, whether it was from the leaked video with the union workers whom were going to be dispatching their rapid response team, the Flying Squirrels, previously known. There was speculation on whether or not this was the rapid response team or whom these individuals were, but they were not there in service to community to hear. They were there just only to disrupt at all costs and aggressively and violently, even though there were children in the crowd.
If we stand up to the bully will decide what to do. They will fight, fright, or
the correct thing is fight, flight, or freeze, not fight, fright, and flee like this guy says.
Flight, fight.
Did I just use the wrong pronouns?
Or fright.
Hey, we have
so
200 people watching the stream again, man. You guys are going crazy tonight.
Give them some fright on September 20th, so that on September 21st till whatever, that they're working on the flight tactic.
I was escorted out right away by the police and by our security team. It seemed like a very dangerous situation to me, and I had just come from San Francisco where I had actually been chased down. Another woman and I were chased by Antifa, who broke into a private area. We were panelists on a women's convention, the Women's Declaration International, which was being held in San Francisco at the Hilton in San Francisco. And Antifa, there were many protesters. They shut down the intersection there, and some Antifa members broke through to a private bridge area where we were filming. We thought we were safe, and they tried to attack us, and we had to run, and it was terrifying. And to be frank, the cops seemed all too happy to escort me out. The cops, as Serena was saying...
Folks, we're about to hit 100 likes on YouTube. Let's try to hit 200 likes on Facebook as well.
Shut down the event halfway through my talk. We were barely into our event. We didn't get to have our march. I was extremely frustrated at the police response. I realized that they were outnumbered and that they seemed nervous, but they should have been prepared for this, and they should have done a better job in protecting us and protecting the attendees, protecting the mothers, the children, the elders. It was way too scary for people attending, and it should not have been. The protesters should have attended, exercised their free speech rights without being aggressive, without being threatening, and the police should have done their job in ensuring safety, and they didn't. So I did leave because of these real safety concerns, but it was disappointing.
Now, Serena, throwing it to you. You had a little bit of a conversation with the police on the best way to get people out safely. Tell us a bit about that.
Absolutely. So what had happened was when the organizers pulled me aside and said they're pulling the plug on us, they were just cutting it, and Megan was up there and they were going to pull the plug, and I got up there to make an announcement to try to let the crowd know. At that moment, they'd pull the plug. The police it was done. And I said, I looked out at the crowd and I could see that our approximately 200 small crowd was completely horseshoed in by over 2,000 anti-protesters. And I said, this isn't safe. If it's not safe for them to be here, then how are they going to get out? We can't let them go through the crowd. That's not safe. And he said, I don't know. And I said, you have a responsibility to this community, and so do I. I said, I'm not leaving till they're out. There are children in that crowd. I got them to turn the microphone back on once again. I got them to create a corridor with the police so that they could get the people from the front with the women and the children and the elders to come out and through so that they can have a clear exit, a safe exit out instead of going through the crowd. And they utilized that. I went down. I thanked them for coming. Some were reluctant. People were confused. They didn't know what was going on. They didn't want to stop, but many were afraid. And I told them that now this was a safety concern and that we couldn't ensure their safety, and that it was time for their children to leave. And many took that opportunity to leave, but many took that opportunity to stay and to really embody the messaging and to not be intimidated out. And that is then when my security team said to me, those who have left have left. We can't ensure your safety anymore. Now we need to get you out. And that's when we went to go leave. As I did go to leave, there were those who had come in the front while I was speaking who had been intimidating. Now we're at the back and were trying to approach me. And so my team just said, go, and got me out of there. And I was told to leave the city, in which I did.
What is your advice for people who want to take up this fight, but now they're like, oh, it might be crazy to do so?
We were outnumbered in Victoria, but across Canada, we were not outnumbered. Across Canada, we saw tens and thousands of Canadians come out and peacefully protest and to peacefully push back against these government policies, against SOGI, against gender identity ideology being taught in school. I heard that there were 5,000 in Ottawa. I heard that there were 2,000 in various other cities, including Montreal, Vancouver, Calgary, Edmonton, all sorts of little towns, Vernon across Canada, Nanaimo. And I'm so inspired by all these people. And I think that what we do know is that we are the majority.
So many are feeling intimidated and afraid to be targeted if they speak out. And so they give us that quiet support behind. But I want to remind you, there comes a time where good men and women, we need to speak and we need to be brave. And in the face of fear, as Megan said previously, it's okay to step forward, and we need our communities to give voice now. And I do want to say that we have so many diverse communities speaking. We all have an obligation. If we're speaking on behalf of community, we have an obligation to come together and to address these situations and create spaces where we can actively together.
Kilo says, I was at the march in Vancouver. We were outnumbered 1,000 to 20, which expanded to around 200 by the time we marched hours later. 1,000 to 20. Holy. Holy.
Speak about what our diverse needs are, and we need to solve this. It happens within our communities, not from government institutions. And so it is so important.
How do they have that big of numbers, though? Like, how do they get 1,000 people to show up and counter protest? That's what I'm wondering.
Now that each and every one of our communities, whether it be the LGBTQ, our trans communities, our freedom movements, our Muslim communities, our Sikh communities, we understand that we all need to come to the table. We have a responsibility, and it's going to take each and every one of us actually being in service to our communities.
Okay, folks, I think I'm going to take a look at a video of Justin Trudeau I just saw on my homepage of YouTube. This one is from somebody by the name of The Pleb. I'm sure you guys probably know The Pleb, eh? You guys know The Pleb. The Pleb, Canadian reporter. This video is talking about Justin Trudeau's plane getting busted with illegal substances on it. That's crazy. Thank you guys for telling me that in the chat, because I had not heard about that before then. But first, I just want to give a quick plug. Folks, we have 152 people watching right now on Facebook. My goal by my birthday, which is October 14th, is to reach 15,000 subscribers on YouTube. There's one thing that I ask everybody watching on Facebook is please, I know you guys want to watch on Facebook and that's cool, that's fine. Please, if you have the time, go over to my YouTube channel, Tyson Hockley on YouTube, and subscribe. We're trying to get to, my goal is 15,000 subscribers by my birthday. That would be the best birthday gift that you guys could give me, is just going and subscribing to my channel. I'll pop a link in there in the chat. This is going to go to the YouTube chat as well. So yeah, there is a link to my channel. I just want to give a quick plug because, yeah, the growth has been kind of slow. But yeah, we have 200 people watching the stream right now, which I'm super grateful for. So God bless you guys. But yeah, please pop on over if you're watching on YouTube and subscribe to my YouTube channel. It's absolutely free and it would mean a lot. And if you're watching on YouTube and you haven't already, please do indeed hit the subscribe button. Okay, that's enough rambling. Let's hop into this video by The Pleb, Canadian reporter, about Justin Trudeau's plane getting busted with illegal substances. If this is true, this is even more grounds as to why Trudeau should resign. I love this comment. Tyson Hockley 2024. I am not old enough, brother, but I appreciate the love. That's a good comment. I love that.
In the chamber today, a literal Nazi. His name is Yaroslav Hunka, a Waffen SS soldier who pledged allegiance to Hitler, fought against our allies in the...
Ladies and gentlemen, it's The Pleb. In today's story...
By the way, this guy followed me on Twitter, and I was going back and forth with this guy. I'm looking at having The Pleb on my show. Type of 1 in the chat if you want to see me interview this guy. He does follow me on Twitter. He does know who I am. So yeah, type of 1 in the chat if you want to see me talk to The Pleb in this type of format. Like, look, this looks like I'm interviewing him right now. Type of 1 in the chat if you want to see this. And shout out to my lucky acorn that I collected off the ground. I got about 6 of them. I love collecting acorns. This is totally a side tangent, but yeah. Okay, that's a lot of ones. Okay, yeah. I'll look at getting them on for sure.
Well, I definitely did not see that coming. Today, in Parliament, Anthony Rota, Speaker of the House, resigns after inviting a literal Nazi to be celebrated in Parliament. As well, tonight, the Muslim Association of Canada comes out and demands Justin Trudeau apologize for his disgusting comments. And in our last story, Indian News is reporting that Justin Trudeau had on his plane. What's going on? You won't want to miss tonight's story. Stick around.
That's a lot of ones, folks. Lost an acorn.
All right, guys, if this is your first time watching one of my videos, I'm going to ask you a question. Do you think Justin Trudeau is the most embarrassing politician of all time?
Hey, we just got 4 new subscribers. God bless you guys all who maybe came from Facebook or you're already watching on YouTube and you hadn't already subscribed. Thank you for hitting that subscribe button. I appreciate that.
If that answer is yes, smash the subscribe button because you found
you heard it from him. You heard it from him.
Welcome to tonight's report.
Smash the
This is
subscribe
going
button.
to be a crazy story and a continuation of where I left off on my last video. This story is continuing to develop here, where Justin Trudeau and his Liberal Party literally invited a World War II Nazi to the Parliament of Canada to be celebrated. You heard that right. They invited a Nazi to the Parliament to
He's laughing because it sounds so ridiculous, but if you really think about it, that's not funny. That is hella embarrassing for the country of Canada. Like, yeah, it's funny because of how outrageous it is, but come on, a literal Nazi. Mom, thank you for the $1. I appreciate it. I don't know if you're just tuning in. I just lost one of my lucky acorns. I'm kind of distressed right now. I appreciate that, though. God bless you, Mom. Thank you. Folks, we still have 200 people watching almost. 195. If you guys didn't know, we have 153 people watching on Facebook. This is the biggest stream I've done in a very long time. Mom, God bless you. Thank you so much for the love and support. I appreciate that super chat.
Celebrate him. Now, if you didn't think Justin Trudeau's government is the most incompetent ever, this may be the most epic and ridiculous screw up of his entire political career. Now, before we get into the clips tonight and break down this story, I'm going to give a shout out to the Toronto Sun for what is possibly the greatest headline of all time. Now, for those of you who don't remember, here's the initial clip from the CBC describing what happened on the floor of the House of Commons. Let's watch this CBC clip quickly.
Zelensky's speech received at least a dozen standing ovations. There was also one for this man, a 98-year-old Ukrainian Canadian who fought for Ukrainian independence against the Russians during the Second World War.
What? What? CBC? What? The dude is a literal Nazi. What did you describe him as? Listen to CBC's description of a Nazi here, guys. This is how great our media is here in Canada. This is how they describe a Nazi.
One for this man, a 98-year-old Ukrainian Canadian who fought for Ukrainian independence against the Russians during...
A 98-year-old Ukrainian Canadian who fought for independence against the Russians. Also known as Nazi. Now, our next clip is going to come from the amazing Zoltan, who captured the moment where Anthony Rota, the Speaker of the House, realized that he absolutely screwed up. Watch this clip. This guy's clips are always gold. Give him a follow on X here, but watch, he captured the moment.
We have here in the chamber today Ukrainian Canadian world veteran from the Second World War who fought the Ukrainian independence against the Russians.
Who fought for... Look at his eyebrows. Look at his eyebrows.
And continues to support the...
Wait, hold on. Look at his eyebrows go up after he realizes that he's a Nazi. Look at the speaker's eyebrows.
The Ukrainian independence against the Russians.
Ooh. Oh, man. That's our liberal government. The most incompetent government of all time. All right. Someone took that clip and remixed it. And it's the funniest thing I've seen on Twitter in a long time. Watch him announce this man if he were actually honest. Okay, this clip right here is the best thing ever. Watch this, watch this. If our government were honest, all right?
We have here in the chamber today a literal Nazi. His name is Yaroslav Hunka, a Waffen SS soldier.
Oh, man. Oh, man. What have we come to as a nation?
Allegiance to Hitler.
I still want to find my acorn. I'll be right back, folks. I gotta find this.
Fought against our allies in the Soviet Union.
Looking for it right now.
Complicit in the Holocaust.
Oh my god. Oh my.
This man's a criminal. Not a great look for us.
Why are we allowing such incompetent people to run this country? Seriously, what is going on? A simple Google search would have told you who this guy was and what grandpa was up to during the Second World War. All it took was a Google search. And you want to know what the worst part is? Is that the Liberal government literally vetted this guy. Yes, they vetted him. Here's the proof. I told you guys pleb always brings the receipts, and here we go. Here is a clip of Karina Gould admitting that they vetted this guy. They literally, this is so embarrassing. Oh my, it's so embarrassing.
When it comes to everyone that was invited,
hey, we got the acorn.
Woo! That vetting happened.
That vetting happened. Of course that vetting happened. Say it again. Say it again. Say it again.
Invited to Parliament. Of course, that vetting happened.
And this is the same Karina Gould who came out on Twitter, or X, and urged her fellow MPs to avoid politicizing this incident. Oh, really? The same way?
I asked Mr. Sunshine Baby to come on, but I can't remember what he said exactly. He said he doesn't really go on other people's shows often, but definitely possibly in the future. That's what he said.
You avoided politicizing the Freedom Convoy? Get the out of here. We're politicizing it. And shout out to whoever made this meme because it's just perfect. Karina Gould, if you could just go ahead and stop talking about the Nazi we brought into Parliament, that'd be great. Absolutely perfect. And since I'm petty and absolutely politicizing this, here is a picture that Karina Gould deleted off her Instagram of her taking a selfie with this actual Nazi. Yes, she took a selfie with a Nazi. Welcome to Clown World. Oh yeah, and speaking of not politicizing it, you remember that time Justin Trudeau was in the House of Commons and literally said that a Jewish MP stands with the swastika? Do you guys remember that?
What? When did that happen?
Remember when Justin Trudeau politicized absolute bullshit? Watch this clip as a reminder of who the Liberals are.
Conservative Party members can stand with people who wave swastikas.
Oh.
They can stand with people who wave...
Damn. Well, that clip didn't age well.
Confederate flag. We will choose to stand with Canadians who deserve to be able to get to their jobs, who be able to get their lives back. These illegal...
Saying conservatives stand with people who wave swastikas and then applauding an actual Nazi. Nice. 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 Nice.
Protests need to stop, and they...
Ah, yes, Justin Trudeau accusing peaceful protesters of being something they are not. But you know what? Justin Trudeau and his government literally brought a real Nazi to the House of Commons and got busted for it. How's that for karma? Or how about this clip from bimbo extraordinaire Jennifer O'Connell, who is playing the exact same games of lies? Just enjoy this backfire. And shout out to Harrison for the incredible edit.
Curious if she thinks there should be consequences or reprimand for members of this House who meet with known Nazis who spread misinformation, disinformation, glorify the Holocaust. I'm just curious if she's talking about online hate and privacy of Canadians and regulation. Does she condemn her actions by meeting with a known Nazi in this country who spout anti-Muslim rhetoric?
Who spout anti-Muslim rhetoric?
Except for the Muslims who went to the Million March are all racist.
Oh my God. I know one thing, and I know one thing for sure. Whenever a liberal accuses someone else of doing something, it's because they are the ones doing it. Absolute projection. And shout out to Libs of TikTok for bringing this absolute beauty of a clip back to life. Who remembers when Canada's Minister of Mental Health came out and said that Hong Kong was the equivalent of Heil Hitler? Yes, watch this clip if you don't believe me.
Oh yeah, I remember this.
How much vitriol do we have to see of Hong Kong, which is an acronym for Hail Hitler?
That is the most outlandish thing to say. I still don't know where she pulled that out of. How did she come up with that on the spot? Like, how did she come up with honk honk being an acronym for Hail Hitler? Like, how'd she even think that up? That's honestly, you gotta give credit because that's impressive. That's an impressive thing to come up with. Wow, she just pulled that right out of her ass on the spot. I mean, damn, that is impressive.
Do we need to see by these protesters on social media?
And after all this drama that ensued, the media finally got to Justin Trudeau, and he had his opportunity to break his silence about this giant scandal here. And of course, Justin Trudeau.
Why does the pleb have like a bag of crickets in the back? Do you guys see that? Hold up. I just noticed this. There's this blue bag in the background where my mouse is, and it says crickets on it. The pleb is eating the bugs, folks. Confirmed. The pleb has been exposed. I'm just kidding. Obviously, he's got that in the background as a joke. But yeah, that's funny.
Trudeau blames it on everyone but himself. Shout out to Defenser Memes, who came out and put Justin Trudeau in his appropriate face here and actually makes Justin Trudeau tolerable to listen to, because I can laugh at this being a meme. But the words are true and unedited. Listen to what Justin Trudeau had to say.
Dude.
Obviously, it's extremely upsetting that this happened. The speaker has acknowledged his mistake and has apologized. But this is something that is deeply embarrassing to the Parliament of Canada and, by extension, to all Canadians. I think particularly of Jewish MPs and all members of the Jewish community across the country who are celebrating commemorating Yom Kippur today. I think it's going to be really important that all of us push back against Russian propaganda, Russian disinformation, and continue our steadfast.
All right, let's blame this screw up on Russia. Is this what Justin Trudeau's doing? He's literally blaming it on the Russians now. Gotta avoid this Russian misinformation. Dude, you literally invited a Nazi to Parliament, okay? Your party literally did this. And you're blaming Russia? Are you insane?
Oh, yeah. Wait. Yeah, what? This is a good comment. Just simply saying the word cocaine. Yeah, I thought that this video was about the cocaine thing. I just realized that. Isn't he supposed to be talking about the cocaine thing? We're like halfway into the video. He hasn't even mentioned the cocaine thing. He's still talking about the Nazi scandal. I mean, yeah, the Nazi scandal was like bad and everything, but I want to hear about the cocaine on his plane. Where's that at? Let's try to see if we can find that. Wait, did I? Yeah, this is the right video. Okay. I guess I'll skip ahead a little bit. Yeah, I don't know. Want to hear about the cocaine. Good comment.
This man is not only destroying Canada, he's literally destroying Ukraine as well. This story, this screw up is so bad for Justin Trudeau, literally to the point where the government of Poland now want to extradite this 98-year-old Ukrainian Canadian man, or Nazi, as sane people would call him, so he can literally face justice for his war crimes. Yes, Justin Trudeau managed to piss off Poland as well. So yes, that was on Monday. Today is Tuesday, and now all the Liberal MPs in front of the media are now throwing Anthony Rota under the bus publicly, asking him to resign. Yes, the Liberals found their fall guy. It's going to be this.
Do you guys want me to watch Mr. Sunshine Baby's clip? I saw somebody saying Mr. Sunshine Baby has a good video on it. Or should we just keep watching this one? Keep watching. Mr. Sunshine Baby has a good video. Okay. I don't know. What do you guys think? Should we keep watching this or maybe switch over to Mr. Sunshine Baby? Somebody says this clip is good. Yeah, this is a good clip. I like this guy, the pleb. Again. Let me know if you want to see me do a collab with this guy.
Speaker of the House, of course it will never be Justin Trudeau. But in true Liberal fashion, Anthony Rota was there to answer the call and resign and throw himself under the bus for the...
Yeah, I'm seeing a majority of people saying Mr. Sunshine Baby. I guess we have time for both.
Most corrupt prime minister of all time, Justin Trudeau. Watch the clip. He resigns to protect Justin Trudeau. Oh, man. Here it comes.
Your attention, order. It's with a heavy heart
that I rise to inform members of my resignation as Speaker of the House of Commons. It has been my greatest honor as a parliamentarian to have been elected by you, my peers, to serve as the Speaker of the House of Commons for the 43rd and 44th Parliament. I have acted as your humble servant of this House, carrying out the important responsibilities of this position to the very best of my abilities. Je tiens à vous remercier.
I would like to thank you, my colleagues, for your support and for your collegiality during my term as Speaker.
This House is above any of us.
Yeah, no, I got nervous when I dropped my acorn. I'm like, damn, am I gonna have bad luck now that I lost one of my lucky acorns? I mean, I guess I always had 5 more, but yeah. Glad I found this puppy. He's got a nice little crack in the middle too. This is the way I found him. But you know, I don't know. I love collecting acorns. They're beautiful things.
I must step down as your Speaker.
For Justin Trudeau.
I reiterate my profound regret for my error in recognizing an individual in the House during the joint address to Parliament of President Zelensky. That public recognition has caused pain to individuals and communities, including the Jewish community in Canada and around the world, in addition to survivors of Nazi atrocities in Poland, among other nations. I accept full responsibility for my actions. My resignation is effective at the end of the sitting day tomorrow, Wednesday, September 27th, to allow preparations for the election of a new Speaker.
What do you guys think about this Speaker? I thought he seemed like a good guy. Like I thought he seemed like a fair and unbiased guy. What do you guys think about this current or this Speaker who just resigned? I don't know. He seemed all right.
Till that time, the Deputy Speakers will chair the House proceedings. Thank you. Merci.
Whew. He gets a standing ovation.
All right, we're going to watch Mr. Sunshine Baby's video because I'm sorry, pleb, but you're just not talking about the cocaine, and the people want to hear about the cocaine. So I'm going to pull this up. I'm so tired. We've been live for over an hour. You guys are saying you didn't like him? I don't know. Maybe I didn't watch enough of him, but what I did see, he seemed like a decent guy. Okay, we're going to pull up this video titled Exposed. Justin Trudeau caught with illegal substances in India. Crazy. Okay.
All right.
Folks, I'm actually so tired. This is a 20-minute video we're about to watch. I've been getting horrible sleeps. But you know what? This ain't about me. It's about the cocaine.
You can't even make this up. Now Justin Trudeau, new information has been released that apparently, allegedly, his plane that was grounded in India for an extra couple of days wasn't because of the reasons that we thought. It turns out that there's rumors, tangible rumors, it seems, circulating online from Indian diplomats that Trudeau...
Look on India news. They are the ones talking about how high he was on coke all weekend. See, folks, I'm not saying that as fact, okay? So YouTube, fact checkers, whatever. I am not stating that Justin Trudeau does cocaine, for the record.
Trudeau was getting into the nose candy, into the Coca-Cola. Well, not really, not this type of Coke. The other Coke, and we're going to get into that in a moment. Welcome back to another video, everybody. I can't believe there's more Trudeau scandals every day. It just gets worse and worse for this guy, which is why you got to subscribe.
This Sunshine Baby is the #1 person preying on Justin Trudeau's downfall.
Turn the post notifications on because you never know what the hell is going to happen and what the Prime Minister of Canada is getting himself into. Above and beyond subscribing and turning post notifications on. If you want to support the channel and you want to take home something to remember this, then I highly recommend you visit the link down in the description or the pinned comment below. I did not see that coming. For a limited time only. Okay, they're selling out. They're almost sold out. There's like 100 left. So scoop them up before they sell out completely because I mean, this is just hilarious, everything that's happened with Justin Trudeau. And I mean, it's hilarious, but it's also really sad for Canada because the reputation is stained. I mean, celebrities don't want to come here anymore. Nobody respects Canada, right? Like they a year and a half ago, almost 2 years now, they completely attacked and just annihilated peaceful protesters for the trucker convoy, the Freedom Convoy.
Folks, I just want to say one more time, if you want to further help support me and my work, a super chat or a PayPal is always very much appreciated. Nobody is required to send me any money. You guys are absolutely able to watch this for free, but this is my job. Like I say, I've been using this reference a lot, but I could be flipping burgers right now with the boys, but I'm here bringing you guys this coverage. This is my job. So yeah, just throwing that out there, but nobody is mandated, obviously, to donate. That's not mandatory.
And
Obviously.
called them a bunch of Nazis, and an actual Nazi shows up, and now it turns out Trudeau is into the nose candy. All right, here we go. Let's get on with it. On Reddit, you got Trudeau's plane had cocaine during G20, claims former Indian diplomat. This is already starting to pick up a lot of traction here on Reddit. Didn't have any hookers though. What a Ricky. We all know hookers and blow go hand in hand. The Daily Hive has already said that wild claims of cocaine on Trudeau plane as rhetoric escalates between Canada and India. Just over a week after Prime Minister Justin Trudeau made serious allegations against India, an Indian former diplomat has made some inflammatory statements about him. On Monday, September 18th, Trudeau told the House of Commons, over the past number of weeks, Canadian security agencies have been actively pursuing credible allegations of a potential link between the government of India and the killing of a citizen, Hardeep Singh Najjar, who was a listed terrorist in India, if I'm not mistaken. Najjar was a 45-year-old plumber and Sikh community leader in Surrey. He was shot dead on June 18th in his car while leaving a Gurudwara. Canada expelled an Indian diplomat following Trudeau's allegations. India responded by removing a Canadian diplomat, issuing a travel advisory for Indian students and nationals in Canada, suspending its visa services across Canada. If there's any country that needs to look at its reputation damage issues, it's Canada and its growing reputation as a place, a safe haven for terrorist extremists and organized crime, said the Indian Ministry of External Affairs spokesperson. I think that's a country that needs to worry about its international reputation. And now, obviously, above and beyond this Indian conflict, we now know that Canada is harboring Nazis, which is insane. And so that whole debacle is just wild, because if there's one Nazi who was not only given permission to enter Parliament, but awarded multiple standing ovations and was literally labeled as a war veteran hero, how many other Nazis are living in Canada under the radar? It's just wild. And now Poland wants to extradite him for his war crimes. It's just insane. Like, Canada's reputation. I once was proud of being a Canadian, and now I'm still proud of being a Canadian, just not current day Canadian. I really am just so sad and horrified at what's happened.
Yeah, honestly, as a Canadian, this whole situation is super embarrassing
to our reputation across the whole globe. Trudeau visited a while ago India for the G20 summit earlier this month. He was scheduled to depart on September 10th, but was delayed after his plane had technical issues in brackets. Now, India's former ambassador to Sudan, Poland, and Armenia, Deepak Vora, has ripped into Trudeau in an appearance on Indian TV channel Z News, calling him little tiny milk drinking baby. So not only is F Trudeau trending here in Canada, but it's also a global phenomenon. Like, the entire world hates Justin Trudeau. Let's take a look at that news clip that he's referring to that's gained over 1 million views already on Twitter or X. I guess it's X, formerly known as Twitter. This is Rupa on Twitter. On Indian TV, former Indian diplomat Deepak claims there are credible rumors that sniffer dogs in India found coke on Trudeau's plane and that Trudeau didn't attend.
Folks, this is crazy, man. First, giving a standing ovation to a literal Nazi, and then cocaine being found on his plane. Will Justin Trudeau resign, folks? Will he? I said earlier I don't think he will because of his pride and his ego. I don't think it's physically possible for Justin Trudeau to resign on his own. But yeah, I just can't see that happening.
And the G20 dinner because he was high on coke. That is very interesting. Here's the clip.
Credible क्या कहते हैं rumors हैं कि इसके जहाज में से cocaine मिली थी हमारे स्निफर डॉग्स को, और फिर 2 दिन ही अपने होटल में के कमरे में बंद रहा, बाहर नहीं आया। प्रेसिडेंट हमारे भारत के राष्ट्रपति जो डिनर किया था उसमें नहीं गया, लोग कहते हैं कि नशे में था, ड्रग्स के, तो कुछ कहा नहीं जा सकता कि इसका दिमाग में क्या है।
All right, so I'm not going to pretend to know what they're saying because I don't.
Okay, I can't lie, folks. I'm so tired. I think I might just wrap up the stream. We've been streaming for almost an hour and a half, which is crazy. I think I'm just going to go for like a walk downtown. Like I'm going to go catch a bus and just go chill downtown. Victoria, BC. Should I be saying that with 165 people watching? I don't think out of the 165 people watching the stream right now that anybody would try to come find me downtown. Go sleep? I mean, it's kind of early for that, man. 5:44. I don't think, the thing is, like, I always feel so tired, and then my head hits a pillow, and then it's a different story. But yeah, we've been putting in the work, putting in the hours, and taking what's ours today. W stream. Big W stream. Holy, this is the most amount of people I've got in a stream in a very long time. You guys are all saying go to bed. Do what you gotta do, bro. Alright. Well, yeah, I do apologize for ending the stream with so many people watching. But yeah, we've been live for almost an hour and a half. We've covered pretty much everything, so yeah. Yeah, God bless you all. God bless you, Lewis. My mom says don't forget to subscribe. Okay, yeah. Okay, yeah. Good point. Okay, one more time before I end the stream. I need everybody. Okay, all 140 of you guys watching right now on Facebook, please go on over to my YouTube channel and hit the subscribe button. If all you guys do that, I'd be super happy. I'm trying to hit 15,000 subscribers by my birthday, October 14th. So please click that link that I just put there and subscribe to my YouTube channel. This is my YouTube channel right here. You guys can see live. So please click that link. 130 likes too. That's awesome. I appreciate you guys for that. So yeah, please go on over, subscribe. That's the last thing I ask, folks. Okay, 140 of you folks in Facebook. That is crazy. And God bless you all. I appreciate you still being on there on Facebook as well. But it would mean a lot to me if you were to subscribe to my YouTube channel. How old am I? I am 15 years old. 15 years old, putting out this content. The only thing that I ask is that you subscribe. Okay, somebody on Facebook says smoke a joint and then go to bed. Holy. Okay, I'm not about that stuff. Just want to make it very clear. I'm not about that. But I appreciate the comment. From Langford, awesome to hear that you're watching from the island. Type a 1 in the chat if you're watching me from Vancouver Island. That'd be kind of curious to find out and hear that. Oh, oops. Type a 1 in the chat if you're on Vancouver Island watching the stream. Oh, we just got a new subscriber. Okay, let's hit 14,270. Diane from the island. Good boy, your mom is proud. All right, 1 in the chat if you're from the island. I guess we don't have too many people from the island. Manitoba. Don't do Facebook, but you got my Rumble. Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, I'm trying to send the people from Facebook to YouTube because YouTube is a bigger platform. But obviously, like, both of them is awesome. Oh, another 1. Okay. None of it. Paris, Ontario. Leamington, Ontario, Canada. Robbie says, sorry, Mom. Yeah, smoke a joint and go to bed. I'm 15 years old. What do I look like smoking a joint and going to bed? I am 15. Nah, funny comment, though. I appreciate it. Honestly, I'm so tired. Like, I don't think I need anything to sleep. I just go straight to sleep. I find when I take magnesium, it makes my sleep worse, though. I say you're supposed to take magnesium before bed. I find that doesn't help me. Like, the last couple nights I've been taking magnesium and I, like, wake up before I should be waking up. But then one night I didn't take magnesium and I didn't wake up throughout the night once. Do you guys have any insights to that? Magnesium biglycinate. Should we be taking it? Should I be taking it? Hey, thanks to whoever just subscribed. 14,270 subscribers. We got 11 new subscribers on YouTube since I started the stream. About 25 new Facebook followers. So yeah, the empire is building. The way I look at it, folks. What's that called? Because you're overdoing it. I don't think I'm overdoing it. My dad takes 2 magnesium capsules. I only take 1. So yeah, I don't think I'm overdoing it, but you never know. The way I look at it, folks, every new subscriber to my YouTube channel and Facebook page is a brick. Okay, that is one brick that has been laid. Obviously, it's a human being, but it's one brick that has been laid to my empire, and I'm in it for the long game, folks. I might not be the most popular streamer on the internet right now. I might not have the most amount of viewers. Give me 2 years. Okay, give me 2 years, and I will keep building this empire brick by brick. 2 years from now, gonna be number 1. 2 years from now, we're gonna be the main streamer. We're gonna be all over. What's your platform about? I spread information about things that they don't let you spread information about. Yes, I get shadow banned a fair bit. That does not help. That definitely does not help. I do get shadow banned a fair bit, but we're taking over, man. Brick by brick. Brick by brick. I streamed the entire Freedom Convoy like 2 years ago as well. I cover that type of stuff. Today's stream, I was talking about Justin Trudeau and all of his allegations. I cover stuff that the mainstream media won't. That's what my platform is all about. But yeah, we're going to tune off. We still have 100 people watching the stream. 102 viewers. God bless all 102 of you. I find if I'm streaming for over like an hour, I forget how to talk. Like the muscles in my like face get sore, and like I can't talk. I feel like that's happening right now. Or it's because I'm bulking and all the extra food I'm eating is going straight to my face, and now my cheeks are fat. Am I conservative? I mean, like I got conservative views, but I wouldn't call myself a conservative. Like I don't identify as any side of the coin, but let's just say I would not be voting for Trudeau if I could vote. I'll just say that. But I wouldn't call myself a conservative necessarily. Gwen, I appreciate you. Yes, I agree. We definitely do. We definitely need more young people. We need more young streamers because everybody's so scared to put their face on camera. Like everybody's so scared to have the entire world like know who they are. Like I've had people recognize me in public. Like I've been walking up to McDonald's to get a coffee and a car drives by as I'm walking up to McDonald's, roll down their window, go, "We love you, Tyson Hockley," as they drive by. That's a cool feeling. That's a feeling I think everybody needs to feel. Well, not everybody, because like obviously everybody can have a platform, but that's a feeling that is a nice feeling. Yeah, independent, I guess so. Yeah. Okay, folks, I have a headache. I need to go drink some water, charge my phone, maybe go downtown. We'll see. What am I going to do downtown? I'm going to walk around aimlessly. What else would I be doing downtown? What else would I be doing downtown? Let's keep it 1,000, all right? So yeah, I'm probably just going to go down there and just chill, walk around. I like the environment. I like the vibe of downtown Victoria. Downtown everywhere, just that city vibe I enjoy. And we just got a new subscriber. I appreciate it. Don't let it get to your head. Oh, yeah. I'm not letting it get to my head. I mean, I'm not famous. Like 3 people have recognized me in public. I'm not famous. Not yet. Again, like I said, brick by brick, day by day. 2 years, maybe 3, maybe 1, maybe 2 months. Who knows? Yes, I actually am a Christian. I've been looking a lot more into that. I've been diving deep. I was going to talk about, let's see if I can find it, popular streamer Gideon turning his life to Christ. Now, I don't think I'm going to pull up this video just because, like, the stream's over. But maybe next stream I'll touch on this topic. This is Gideon. This is his, like, 3rd, 4th channel. It's got 3 million subscribers almost. He streams with Sneeko, Aiden Ross, all those big people. Which is funny. I have talked to somebody who has talked to him, Sneeko. I don't know. Maybe I'll try to get Jiddy on my show. I don't know how my interview with Sneeko didn't get more views, though. I guess, like, you guys, like, obviously no offense. I guess you guys who watch me don't really know who Sneeko is, which is voting for hair and weed. Yeah, I guess like you guys who watch me probably don't necessarily know who Sneeko and Gideon, Aiden Ross, Andrew Tate, all these like big people who kids my age watch are. You guys are more into like the Russell Brands and the Tucker Carlsons. I think that's kind of like my audience. That's who I assume most of you guys are into. Type a 1 in the chat if you even know who Sneeko is. Hey, God bless you too, Jake. I appreciate that. God bless you, man. Yeah, I'm rambling on. I should just end the stream. Yeah, okay. So yeah, now Sneeko's soul to soul. Yeah, so Sneeko's been on some really weird shit recently. I've been seeing him streaming. He did like a hot tub stream or something. That's what it was called. He put on his Instagram. He was doing a hot tub stream yesterday. He's been streaming with Neon a lot. It was kind of weird. I don't know what Sneeko's been up to. He's been up to some weird stuff. A lot of people in his chat were saying that he was drunk on his stream last night, but he's Muslim and he's supposed to not be drinking. And he always talks about how he doesn't drink. So I'm not saying that he was drunk, but a lot of people were speculating that, and he was kind of, I don't know, he was acting like a little bit strange, but I haven't really watched much of his streams recently. But yeah, I have no purpose. Who commented that? I talked to Sneeko. Oh, wrong comment. Oh yeah, Big D. Good night, man. Hey, God bless you, Big D. I appreciate that super chat earlier. I appreciate you watching the stream. Yeah, so I'll throw a link. I interviewed Sneeko. A lot of people don't even know that that I interviewed Sneeko. Sorry, my throat's getting hella dry. I need water. A lot of people aren't even aware of my interview with Sneeko, so I'll just pop a link to that. Sneeko's mods are he went to a mosque, prayed, then did that haram content. He's using Neon for clout and has him there to make him look better. Yeah, I know. He's been making some haram content, hasn't he? I'm not Muslim, so like I can't say haram or whatever because I don't really know much about that. I just know you're not supposed to drink. We're live with special guests. Okay, I'm just gonna pop in my link with Sneeko. I can't believe that this interview with Sneeko only has 4,000 views. Like, obviously I'm grateful for the 4,000 views, of course, but I mean, not even 3,942. Yeah, I thought that this would get a lot more, but yeah, I guess, yeah, my audience doesn't really know who Sneeko is. Sneeko's really famous. He's friends with the Tate brothers, Andrew and Tristan Tate. And yeah, he knows a lot of people. He's met Donald Trump, all that. But yeah, I'm gonna hop off the stream. God bless you guys. Have a wonderful night. Subscribe to my YouTube channel if you haven't already. Follow me on Facebook. Share this content out. And if you haven't already, please hit that like button as well. Please smash that like button. Do what this shirt right here says. This wonderful shirt. Listen to that shirt, please. This shirt is actually so famous. This shirt has probably been seen by like 30,000 people. This shirt is what I used to wear every now and then when I would do my streams in Victoria at the convoy or at the rallies. I would walk around with this shirt while streaming in my OG days in Victoria. Fun fact, I can't even remember when I got the shirt. I think my mom got it for me. Obviously, she got it for me, but I can't remember when or what for, but it's a nice shirt. Yeah, this shirt back here is famous. It is. But yeah, good night, everybody. Take care. Hit the like button if you haven't already. Share this to somebody. Hit the share button. You guys already know the drill. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye, everybody.